Wait! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No! The girls are fighting! Why? Why?
What's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Can we all just get along? Can we all just get along? No. So, I don't have a dog in this fight. I have been trying to piece this puzzle together, and I'm hearing different opinions on the starting point of this fight. The first thing I want to say is this. I'm going to post something on the screen. Y'all think I be lying? Not y'all. But I am not lying when I say this area is a mess. They are doing another routine maintenance right now. And I'm really upset because I don't know when this video will be able to be up. They said it will be done by 6 a.m. So my goal is to try to stay up until 6, but I can't watch TV or anything. I can watch something from my phone because I have internet on my phone without my Wi-Fi. But my Wi-Fi isn't working, so I've just been really just sitting here scrolling on my phone and then just looking at trying to get the store together. But yeah, this area is not the best area. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, long story short, me living in this apartment, it automatically comes with cable. You have to go through Xfinity no matter what. I wanted to go through AT&T, and they told me absolutely not. There's no way possible. The cable company that basically services this apartment complex is Xfinity. Period. So due to that, and due to me living in this apartment, and this apartment being in this area, that's where the problem comes into play with the Wi-Fi. Because if I wasn't at this apartment, like in my old apartment, I had AT&T, I never had this issue. I never got these emails back to back to back to back saying, oh, there's going to be a routine maintenance in the area. Basically, you ain't going to have no service from 12 until 6. And then sometimes it starts even earlier, like it has done before when I'm on live. You see what I'm saying? So the apartment, the location, and the cable company is the issue that I'm having. Because it's something from Xfinity that's always happening in this area. And due to me being in this apartment, I have to go through Xfinity. Me being in this area is also affecting the Wi-Fi. I need to get out of this area and find out, girl, do y'all do AT&T over here? That's who I need to be with. Because I didn't have those issues 10 plus years in my old apartment complex. It wasn't until I moved over here. Does that make sense? Anyways, everybody fighting. Girl, Cardi and Nicki fighting, and I'm fighting with Xfinity. All right. So this is what's happening based off of what I have figured out. I spoke to one of my friends, and then based off of what some of you told me in the comment section when we were live, I asked who started this. Was it Cardi? Was it Nicki? Because I didn't know. Some people who are Cardi fans told me that Cardi started it. Then some people said Nicki started it by throwing subliminals online. I heard saw people saying that Cardi started it due to, and my friend said this too, due to, I think that's what they told me. Anyways, I was told, I saw online, saw in the comment, I think it was the comment section, that Cardi has basically been kind of throwing shots in a way. Like when my album comes out, the girls are going to be boohoo crying. I'm paraphrasing. When my album comes out, the girls are gonna gag. When my album comes out and does better than your fave, the girls are gonna gag, right? Those are along the lines of what they said Cardi was saying. I looked at Nicki's Instagram page, not Instagram page. I looked at Nicki's Twitter, and I saw Nicki reposting a lot of Nicki was number one. Nicki was number one this. Nicki was number one on Spotify, because it was also being reported that Cardi had broken some records. I think they said that Cardi had first. It was reported that Cardi sold 220,000 copies of her album the first week. Then it was 200,000, and then some people were saying that it's actually 199. They're also saying that Cardi is the first female rapper ever to have two back to back, two number one albums. Her first album, her debut album. So I guess based off of the numbers that people are throwing out that Cardi did do her first week, I guess Nicki started reposting a lot of things about her and her numbers. Long story short, right? So again, I don't really know who started it because everybody is giving me a different, not everybody giving me, but I've been seeing different starting points for some. I could see how people would say that Cardi started it due to them saying she was saying X, Y, and Z, right? Your fave gon' gag. And again, I'm paraphrasing, but this is what they were basically saying. Your fave gon' gag. My number's gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. I could also see how some people could say that Nicki probably started it if you just saw Nicki reposting things and you probably thought that that was shade. Like I thought that it was shady that Nicki came out announcing an album that comes out in 6 months. I think that is absolutely insane for someone who is as established as Nicki Minaj. Nicki doesn't have to give us a 6 month girl release date of an album because she's Nicki Minaj. Beyonce just gonna drop an album in the middle of the night because Beyonce is Beyonce. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? So you might you might get a month notice, like I think happened with Renaissance. Was it Renaissance Cowboy? Other than that, girl, you're not getting no 6 months in advance. So let's just get into some of these tweets. When I tell you, baby, it got real, real dirty. I said, "Oh my god." Oh, wait. I said, "Oh, baby, the girls is fighting, baby." So I was confused about that. There was a line that Nicki kept saying A B C D E F G, and they said that's a line from one of Cardi's songs. You know that she has a song that's like a diss record, I guess, towards JT. I think she even mentions Bia, Bia, Bia. Okay, she mentions Bia. And I guess one of the lines is A B C D E F G. And so Nicki had been repeating that, but that also kind of let the people know that Nicki was over there, girl, listening to Cardi's album with her AirPods on. Okay, Nicki. Nicki said you was a fan. Girl said Nicki was over there listening to Cardi B's album. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I just gotta see what the competition. Can we tell the truth about both of them? Can we tell the truth about Nicki and Cardi? Because I ain't got no dog in this fight. So Team Cardi gonna be upset and Team Nicki gonna be upset by the end of this video. All right, so this is what Nicki had to say. I'm just gonna go through some of Nicki's tweets. Despite false reports, Nicki Minaj is the only female rapper to have an album cross 200,000 units first week this decade. Because again, people were saying that that Cardi's numbers were off. At first, it was like 220,000, then it was 200,000. Now I think it's 199. And these are not in any particular order. These are just some of the tweets she put out. To every enabler, never provoke a rider while they're riding. You join the game as a willing participant. Don't try to back out now. 32726. Rock bottom nation, rock inflation, Rico nation. You failed. Let the reindeer games begin. We hashtag win again. Did someone hack my Twitter? I posted my swivel chair gif and retweeted stats. Love you guys so much. God save the barbs, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and power, against spiritual wickedness in high places. God is in control. I feel like y'all be playing with God sometimes in the middle of y'all beefs. I don't like that. Mm. And then she put A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pregnant, played with his bussy. She's basically talking about Stefan because there are allegations against Stefan from a man named Chris Blake Griffith. And these allegations have been out for a minute. Who said that Stefan allegedly um, gave him drugs. I think it was ecstasy, and also, girl, ear fucked him. That's what he said, child. And basically pulled out his schwanger, and girl was stroking it in front of him in the car. And then told him, whispered in his ear, girl reached over and gently caressed his ear with his tongue and told him to meet me in my bedroom. There's a meeting in my bedroom. Girl, don't you leave it. I said, oh, girl. So she's talking about Stefan. And then Cardi B came back and she put A, B, C, D, E, F, G, your man have to snatch pussy. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Pussy tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds. I said, oh. And then she put a picture up of Nicki's brother in a pink wig. Can I say something though? We're going to stop right there. Sorry, y'all. The fact of the matter is, Cardi needs to shut the fuck up and Nicki do too. Because Cardi, while your man has not been convicted, and while allegations and convictions are not necessarily the same thing, but your man has been alleged to have gave someone drugs and tried to take their pussy, right? Girl, y'all really over here, you know what I'm saying? Like throwing y'all nigga low key in each other's faces when neither one of y'all got a prize. Girl, we just gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. Ain't neither one of y'all over there sitting beside Barack Obama or Dr. Eugene or Russell Wilson. You got allegations and you got convicted. Nicki husband has been convicted. So while Stefan has been alleged, he is trying to steal someone's pussy. They say that Nicki's husband has stolen pussy. I wasn't there for either one, so I don't know. Be very clear. I wasn't there when Stefan supposedly caressed Chris's ear with his tongue and pulled out his cock and was stroking it and told him to come meet me in my bedroom. I wasn't there when Mr. Petty had Jennifer wherever he had Jennifer. But I need both of y'all to stop trying to throw dicks in each other's faces because neither one of y'all got no room to be throwing no man in nobody's face. You trying to throw digs at Cardi husband for being a pussy snatcher, and Cardi trying to throw in your face that your husband was a pussy snatcher. It's something about Nicki though that Nicki does like to surround, like not like to. No, Nicki does like to. Girl from the guy with the rainbow hair. What's that nigga name? Takashi 69. Her husband. I try to give Nicki a pass on her brother, or at least I did, because I was like, okay, that's not her. That's what he did. I can try to understand how you may not want to believe that someone who you grew up with, who you loved, who probably you looked at as your big brother. I don't know if he's older than her or not, that they could do something so horrific. But at some point, you have to just come to the realization that this person is not who you thought that they were. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Nicki, Cardi also tweeted, "Cocaine Barbie, the power I have make these bitches come out of rehab every time. Go to your effing room. Nothing more annoying than a bored bitch. You must have missed me, huh? Crazy. Now kiss my feet." Oh, this is what Nicki said about where is it at? Hold up. Where is that? Raw dogging pregnant with fourth baby, Barney BV, HPV, allegedly. That was funny. And then Cardi came back and said, "All right, now this is the third tweet talking about my pregnancy. Like you wasn't going to different fertility doctors because you couldn't reproduce from all those perks scrambling your eggs. Not allegedly. Lord, protect my babies." I said, "Oh, girl, this is a mess. This is a mess." She also wrote, "Why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag you think it is. You've been in the game like 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers that started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with. And you can't because you're doing lower than all of them. I was in high school and you came out. What the F is you comparing yourself to me for?" Now let's stop right there. Because again, some people have been saying that Cardi has been low key talking her shit. And sometimes, it's kind of like what Monique says, put a name on it or leave it on the playground. I saw, Cardi doing interviews saying that she's a senior and some of these people are freshmen. I don't know who she was talking about, of course. This is what I have to say about Nicki. And I said this earlier in my live. I want to repeat it again. So some of you have already heard this. And I've actually said this before. It's not that I'm disappointed in Nicki because I don't know Nicki to be disappointed in her, and I don't follow Nicki like that to be disappointed in her, and I don't look up to Nicki like that to be disappointed in her. But I do believe that Nicki, out of all of the female rappers that have come out, Nicki has probably had the longest longevity. For the most part, the female rappers, they kind of just come and go. They might give you one or two albums and then they done, right? Or if they give you more than one, like a Missy Elliott, right? Like I think Nicki has really held on to this spot for a long time. To me, the like Nicki should be like the girl in charge of the new rap girls. Like how I look at Beyonce. Like I was saying earlier, you ain't gonna never see Beyonce online arguing one with nobody. That's one. Two, she's definitely not arguing with nobody who's not on her level. That's two. You think Beyonce about to be online arguing with Normani? You think Beyonce about to be online arguing with Coco Jones? So it's sad to see every time I look up, Nicki is in beef with somebody who she really shouldn't even be in beef with. Nicki is the problem. And I need for every Ken and Barb to realize that. There is no way in hell that Nicki has gotten into it with everyone from legends up to the newcomers. Nicki has gotten into it with Look Kim. How the fuck you get into it? Mariah Carey. I'm talking about living legends. How the fuck you get into it? How the fuck you get into it with Ice Spice? How the fuck you get into it with Lotto? Girls who really don't have a fraction of Nicki Minaj's success. But she's so threatened by, I think, women that it's always a beef. How you beef? How you mad at Doechii? How you mad at girl? How you mad at who? Look Kim, Mariah Carey, Doechii, Ice Spice. Girl, you beefing with the NFL. How you beefing with the whole NFL? God, I don't understand. Jay-Z, I do believe the shit she be saying about Jay-Z though. Who else? Let me see. It's a thumbnail. Girl, you beef with Cardi, Mariah Carey, SZA. How the fuck you beefing with SZA? SZA, Miley Cyrus, the NFL, Lil Kim, Ice Spice, Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, Doja, JC. Girl, how you beefing with all these people? And I'm sure I left off some people that I just can't remember or just probably don't even know about. Like at some point, I do believe this, and this is not for me. I'm talking about other people. At some point, girl, you shouldn't be arguing with somebody who this is just playing girl who's beneath you as far as success wise. It's kind of like you being on your job for 20 years and then you being threatened by the new person, which can happen. But girl, you're not supposed to let nobody see you sweat. You would think that as long and another thing too, I refuse to believe that especially these rap girls were not fans of Nicki Minaj's. They listen to Nicki. So I think that another telltale sign is for them to come into the game and for all these girls to have some type of issue with Nicki. At some point, people are going to have to admit that it is Nicki. How do all of these girls come into the rap game and they all dislike you? But somehow they manage to deal with each other, get along with each other, be cordial with each other. Even if they all not the best of friends. It ain't just no beef though. I don't really fool her like that, but girl, we don't beef each other. We ain't fighting each other. We run into each other, down to the Chili's. you know? Just kind of go, there go that bitch. You see what I'm saying? The way that Nicki screams, all you bitches is my sons. Like, that's how Beyonce, Nicki don't move like that. Nicki don't really move how, Nicki don't move that way. She doesn't. Beyonce does. Beyonce moves like everybody is beneath her, and she knows it. That's how Beyonce moves. She don't come out and explain shit. She don't talk to nobody. I don't have to explain nothing I do. I've been side eyeing. I've been side eyeing the help ever since she sat with the Trumps. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. You just like your husband. But that's beside the point. The point is I'm trying to make is Beyonce don't come out and explain shit to nobody. Cause she moved like I don't have to. I don't have to explain a goddamn thing to nobody. I'm better than all of y'all. I'm richer than all of y'all. I'm more talented than all of y'all. Bitch, I got more money than all of y'all, girl. And I ain't gotta explain a goddamn thing. That's how Beyonce moves, and that's how Nicki should move. And Nicki don't move like that. Nicki move like she's always like threatening. It's like everybody is out to get Nicki. Everybody is out to get Nicki. Everybody is out to get Nicki. Everybody ain't out to get Nicki. Do I believe some of the stuff that Nicki be saying? I do. I believe a lot of the shit she be saying about Rock Nation. I do. I believe a lot of the shit that she be saying about Jay-Z. Yes, I do. Sometimes Nicki be off though. And sometimes I feel like Nicki just needs to pay it. Like in real life, none of the girls are Nicki's peers. Not Cardi, not Lotto, not Doechii. None of them are really her peers. Like none of the girls are Beyonce. Beyonce's peers are Rihanna, Taylor Swift. Those are her peers. You see what I'm saying? Lady Gaga. But Nicki moves like like the new girl on town. Or she moves as though she feels as though her spot is threatened. And girl, how are you threatened by Ice Spice? No shade to Ice Spice. Like, much. Much. And then she twerk on stage. Eat it much. It's shaking my jelly. My jelly. I'm a munch. And a good crunch. Like, girl, how are you threatened by Ice Spice? Girl, how you get into it with everybody, Onika? That's what I mean by like I be expecting more from Monica, like girl, just out of the fact that girl, like you should be the girl who, when the girls be like, oh my god, girl, I made Nicki Minaj, she cool as fuck, like you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, the girl should be bowing down to you just off of the fact that you Nicki Minaj. But girl, the girls meet you one time, and girl, they be running from Nicki. Girl, they meet Nicki one time, and then they be running from Nicki for the rest of the girl. Every time they go to the war, they don't want to be, I don't want to see about Nicki. Put me over there beside Beyonce. They meet Nicki one time, and then it's never, the relationship is never the same. She gonna fall out somehow, some way. And I think that it's weird as fuck. That's all I really had to say. Y'all get what's going on. Nicki and Cardi taking slugs at each other. I feel like Cardi girl, and I'm gonna say something, girl. All the people out there, oh, she pregnant. Cardi knows she pregnant. Cardi out here fighting her man's battles, like she did Offset. She out here fighting, girl. Cardi knows she pregnant. You got Nicki out here acting like she ain't like a legend herself. A part of me feels like Nicki don't like women. Somebody was saying that early in the chat, and I'm starting to believe it. I think it was a diva. I'm starting to believe that Nicki just does not like women. I'm starting to think that. I just want Nicki to move better. Like I'm not saying that that Nicki has not been done wrong. I'm sure that everybody in the industry probably has a story. From Monique on up to Taraji, probably even Beyonce. Like I'm sure everybody has a story. And I think that you should be able to tell your story. But I also think too, it's sometimes work with Nicki. Nicki kind of reminds me. I know I'm all over the place. Nicki kind of reminds me of like a Nene. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. When Nene was benefiting from whatever was happening at Bravo, she was okay with it. But when Nene stopped getting what she wanted, Nene wanted to call out and say, "Oh, girl, the girls are racist and cokeheads, and girl, they sexist and misogynistic, and they let Kim get away with everything." But girl, you was okay with it when you was getting what you wanted out of the deal. But when you stop getting what you wanted out of the deal, now all of a sudden, girl, everybody's a racist cokehead. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying Nicki doesn't have a story, but at some point it's like Nicki. The only time Nicki really wants to speak up and speak out is if she feels like she's been doing wrong, if she's been done wrong. Then it's like, okay, well, girl, let me say something. But girl, when you've been doing that was doing wrong this whole time, you ain't said shit. But now you getting your lashings. Now, girl, it's let me call out everybody, or let me fuck with everybody who come into the game. And I think Nicki might be a little intimidated just for the fact that, for the most part, women really don't have. But like I think the only person I can really think of that really had like a long, long career was Missy. Like album after album after album after album after album. You see what I'm saying? And I could be off. I could be off. Yeah. But she acts like, I don't know why she act like that. I don't know why Nicki acts like that. That's weird to me. Girl, I'm mad that she be arguing with. Girl, let me shut up. That's what Nicki beefing with. Bitch, you beefing with Mariah, Look Kim, Miley. I can buy myself flowers. You beefing with Miley, girl, Jay Z, everybody in the NFL, girl, Lotto. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, when she called, girl, remember when she was calling Lotto lottery ticket? Bitch, I'm not gonna lie, bitch, I screamed. Nicki be saying some funny shit sometimes. Anyways, I'm done. I'll talk to y'all later. I have a good night, girl. Hopefully this video will be up. Girl, this internet to come back on. Bye, y'all.